Hey there, this is Jess with Jess Reviews, in which I pick a random item in my house, I review it, and then I see how my experience compares with other people's. And today I am talking about these electric baby nail files. Now, why does one need an electric baby nail file? Well, it turns out that when you have a baby, their nails grow super, super fast, like ridiculously fast, and they become like little talons and they scratch their faces. So you must trim the baby's nails. But especially with a newborn, there's skin that can be hard to tell when there's skin like over their nails, so it's very easy to nick them. Also, it's a little terrifying to approach a tiny baby with a sharp object like a nail clipper and just have the courage to put that nail clipper on their little tiny nail and just push that down. Um, Squirmy baby, squirmy nails, risk of injury, all of that. So these have become very, very popular. How do they actually work? You have your little device, which is this. It's pretty simple, pretty ergonomic, sits nicely in your hand. You have a bunch of nail head options that are based on how old your baby is and therefore how hard their nails are. So you pick the appropriate one of these, you stick it on here, and then you use this little controller, turn it on. It has a little light, so it illuminates the baby's nails as you're filing. This is now spinning, and I can make it go right. I can also make it go left. I can make it go two different speeds. So the benefit of this is that it helps you get different angles, like on the edge. You always want it to kind of be rotating towards the center of the nail so you can adjust the direction of it as you're filing your baby's nails to try and get a nice clean edge. Now, um, I'm going to be totally honest. The baby doesn't like this either. I don't think the baby would like the nail clippers. But the baby certainly doesn't like this either. So it's not as though this is like such a miracle device that it's going to make all the difference with trimming your baby's nails. However, it does feel a little bit safer, I want to say. Like if I turn this on and I press it even against my skin, even with some pressure, it's just going to stop. Like it's not going to cut anything. It's not going to do any harm. I hold it on my nails. Now, obviously, my nail is too tough for this, though they do have an adult one. Let's pull out the adult head. The adult head is silver and tough like adults. Um, if I put this on here, and even with the adult head, like I'm just not doing much. I mean, I'm definitely filing my nail right now. It is filing, but like it's not gonna hurt me, you know? So even if your baby is like, stop it, stop stretching my fingers out, and pushing on them, like if they're not in pain, they're just annoyed, as babies often are when you do things that they find uncomfortable. So it takes some of the stress out. I still find it a little bit stressful. I think it takes a really long time. Not that the nail file necessarily is super slow, but it is slower than a clipper. And a lot of your time is spent going, did I get it? Oh, checking it. Did I get it? Oh, nope. Do it more. Do it more. Like, oh, rotate the other way. While the baby's screaming and being like, give me my hands back. So is it like fun to use? I mean, maybe. It does make me feel kind of like a cool manicurist. Kind of fun. Like I said, it's pleasant to hold. Nice shape. But is it fun to use? I mean, no, is the answer. Is it better than clippers in terms of the emotional turmoil that I'm putting myself through? I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say it's better than clippers. So that is my opinion of it. Now, there are a million brands of these little guys. You really don't need to worry about the brand, I think. I think they're all basically the same. So my advice would be get the cheapest one you can find and just, I mean, it probably is going to work, but I will specifically look at the reviews for the one I have, which is this little guy. So I'm gonna pull this up now. So as I mentioned, this is the nail file that I have. It is an electric nail file. It is not particularly expensive, nor is it particularly cheap. There are a lot of different colors. Wow, you could even get one with I don't even know. what is on this one. I have to click on this now because I've never seen one with a number on it. It has an LCD display, but what is it displaying is the question. I don't even know. Is it like a thermometer? Truly, I have no idea what you would need an LCD display for. Like, I cannot imagine you would need an LCD display. Whatever. Maybe it's for the percentage of like intensity that it's going. Don't get the LCD display one. That's my opinion, but you know what, do what you want. Uh, okay, let's go check out the reviews. We have looks like 4.6 out of 5 reviews. Those are pretty good reviews. 35,000 global ratings. That's a lot of global ratings. Um, Works great and easy to use. Trash the clippers. Buy this, dad. Cute. Love to see dads getting some good use out of this. If I'm honest, it's usually my husband that is trimming his nails because I've made that his job. Because like I said, don't particularly enjoy using this. I don't fancy myself a great manicurist. But he is very careful and very good at it. So a good electric baby nail file takes a little getting used to. Yeah, I think that's the reality is it just takes a little bit of it's a bit of a learning curve using something like this because I'm imagining if you're like a normal adult, you're probably using clippers on yourself. So it's just something you need to learn. Um, love it. It sounds like people are using it for themselves. I've tried to use it on myself, but again, I'm just too impatient. It takes too long. I just want to clip my nails. So let's see what critical reviews have to say. Good product, but it stopped working after 7 months. That's a bummer. I I could see that happening. I've not had mine for 7 months, so don't even know. Went back to using a traditional nail clipper. If you don't get baby nail at a proper angle, the file bounces. It does kind of bounce. Like it can bounce. This is why it takes some getting used to. Um, So if you want a close file, you have to file into the skin of the fingertip. I mean, you do kind of press into this, excuse me, press into the skin, like I kind of demoed. You can press your skin on this. It's not going to hurt you. Um, it's a nice concept, they say. It is a nice concept. Anyway, oh, the sandpaper paper came off. So that would be like the little paper. Well, let me pull one of these guys out so I can see. So there's like a bit of a, a top on this. This must have come off. I got to be careful of that one. I think it's best to keep it in the case if possible. Hard to tell if they actually work. Nails still seem sharp. Doesn't get the corners of the nails well. That is definitely something I've had a hard time with. But like I said, you want the rotation of the head to be going like towards the center of the nail. I think it's kind of a trick of using the head rotation changeability, which again is something that it takes a minute to get used to. What I'm taking away from the negative reviews is that this is a bit of a learning curve. So if you do choose to unburden yourself of the idea of using sharp nail clippers on your newborn's fingies, um, and choose to get one of these, expect it to be a little bit different. Expect to have to work on it for a second. Um, I think it's a totally fine product. I think again, it just depends on whether or not, just depends on your courage level with clippers. You totally could use clippers. Do you need this? Do you need to put this on your baby registry? Maybe not. But it's also like handy, and I do think it is a little bit safer. And as much as anything is safe. So it really depends on your tolerance level for risk. But I don't enjoy using it, but I do enjoy having it. So, and I enjoy that someone else is using it on my baby's nails. So if you can get that to work for you, strongly recommend. Um, if you have any hot tips of how to love using this thing, maybe it's just a mental game for me. Let me know in the comments. But that's pretty much the extent of my review of these electric nail files. Let me know if you have any questions.